Guys, it's Jackie on Yinsanity, and so many people have asked me how in the world do I work out on the boat. Well, I'm going to show you a quick workout. Okay, today we're going to do the full body workout that I do every single morning. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Ready? Here we go. Alright guys, here we go. We are going to start off with the outer thigh lift. I do 100 on each leg every single morning, and I have to alternate because it burns. So I'll start out with 10 on each leg, and then I'll move to 20 on each leg, and then I'll just keep alternating until I get to 100. So I started doing this recently, I would say about 3 or 4 months ago. We've been on the boat for 7 months now, and I was working out with those exercise bands, but I learned I did this while I was doing a ballet class, a water ballet class, and realized how much it burns. So I started to incorporate this into my exercise routine each morning, and I can really see a difference. I store my fat on my legs and my butt and on my tummy, so this is really good to burn that off for me. It works out really good. So I find that 100 each morning really helps me try to keep especially my outer thighs trim. I'll never be super skinny because I love to eat, but it does help. So if you're anything like me, like have a big booty, you got to keep it up. Got to keep that sucker up. So I do 100 butt lifts, or whatever you want to call them. I call them butt lifts because that's exactly what you're doing. You're lifting that tushy up. So I do 100 each leg. Again, I'm not going to videotape the entire 100 because it would take forever. But I do, 10 to 20 each leg, alternating until I get to 100. And I've noticed this has tremendously helped me. I do miss being able to go to the gym. I went to the gym every single day, and I really loved it. So I had to find something, an alternative to keep my body nice and trim. I have noticed, since I haven't been able to do the weights, that my body has changed. I'm not as thin as I used to be. I'm starting to get, my curves back because I'm not able to do the weights. But I still look feminine, so that's all right. I do what I can. But again, the issue is I love to eat, so got to exercise every single day. So now we're doing the upper thigh lifts. This is a ballet move. I did this in ballet, and I love it. Again, I store my fat on my legs and my tushy and my tummy area, so this really helps me try to keep my thighs nice and trim, so they look good. Oh, it burns. But I do 100, again, 100 each leg, alternating because it's just too much to do 100 on one leg. But again, I'm not going to show the entire 100, but you get the gist of it. Just make sure you do 100 each leg. Ooh, feel the burn. So now, this is another thing that I learned in one of the water ballet classes. At all of the marinas that we've been to that have pools, a lot of them have exercise classes. And one of them that I took, they did these very small movements on the arm exercises, and my gosh, it burns. So I started doing this about 3 or 4 months ago, and I can tell a complete difference. It burns. So I do forwards, backwards, up, down every muscle part of my arm, of my upper arm. I work out to try to keep it nice and toned, nice and thin. I don't particularly care for a lot of muscles big muscles on my body because I'm already big boned. I don't particularly care for the way that looks. So these small little movements have really made a difference. I like the way it looks on my body. So, and it keeps my arms nice and trim and toned, which I like that. But it's just small little isometric movements that keep those muscles concentrated. I do 100 each movement, and boy, oh boy, I do 100 straight because it's easier on these small muscles. But boy, you can feel the burn. I'm telling you what. And this move, of course, keeps your, inside of your arm nice and firm, but also it keeps your chest area firm too. We don't want anything sagging. I'm almost 50, so I want to keep everything nice and tight. And now we're going to do the back of the arm. Got to work those biceps and triceps. Get them really nice and toned. So I do 100 each arm. I think on this video I'm actually doing like 50 each arm, but to keep the video small, but or short. So I do 100 with each movement. And now we're going to go on to our calf raises. I couldn't get the video to show this, but you just relevate up onto your toes, and I do this. I can't do this 100 times, I'll be honest with you. The calf muscles, it really gets tired very early on. Ooh, feel that burn, so you got to stretch it out. Now I go on to lubricate my entire body with the juices in my blood and get the blood flowing. So start out with your neck stretches. So go to the sides, up and down, and just roll the head around. Get everything moving. So, I don't want any stiff joints as I'm getting older. Stretch that neck out. Let's stretch it on the other side. I want to go into my 50s feeling good. I don't feel 50. I feel like I'm 20. So I want to keep my body feeling that way. So you got to keep everything moving. So let's work the shoulders backwards and forwards. Keep everything nice and lubricated and fluid. Now we're going to do, I think these are called pinwheels or something. I don't know. But we're just rolling those shoulders around. Keep it rolling around. And now we're going to do the same thing to our elbows. We don't want anything getting stiff. It's very important that all of our joints and ligaments, that we just keep moving. So we do it 8 to 10 on one side, then opposite direction. Now our wrists, going to keep that rolling around. Keep it nice and lubricated. Get the blood pumping up to your heart, to your brain. Now if you squeeze your fingers really tightly, then jazz fingers. This is supposed to prevent arthritis. I don't know if it works, but a lady who was 80 years old, who I was doing a water ballet class with, she did it every single day, and she doesn't have arthritis, so that's what I'm going to do. Stretch out that wrist, stretch out those arms. We did a lot of arm movements today. Now, I'm not going to do it the entire stretch routine. It's very important to stretch your whole body. I don't have enough, it's not enough video space to really show me stretching out my legs and stuff, but as much as I can, I stretch out my entire body. It's one of my favorite stretches. Stretch out the back and the front. And now we're going to go into making sure that our rib cage is, supporting our body. So stretch it out. We're going to go left, right, back, forward, and then around. You want to make sure the rest of your body stays in one position. Keep those hips in one position. Keep the rib cage moving around. Now we're going to focus on our hips. Now, so many times you hear about older people, they fall, they break their hips. Well, we want to make sure that, keep our hips in good, lubricated, and very strong positions. So we're going to focus on isolating one hip and just roll that around. Now we're going to isolate the other hip. roll that around. Keep those hip bones nice and strong. All those ligaments, joints, we're going to keep it nice and lubricated in there and very strong. Now we're going to roll all the hips around. I look like I'm probably in a hula class, but keep everything moving. That's what keeps us young. Keep everything moving. I feel like I should be doing a hula dance. Now we're going to focus on the knees. Now I have bad knees, probably from a lot of ballet that I did when I was younger. But anyway, I have to really focus on rolling my knees around. I do this quite a few times a day. I want to keep them nice and fluid because I don't want to have any types of knee surgeries or knee replacements. I really want to focus on keeping my body in shape. So working on the ankles, and you can see my beautiful socks. Yeah, roll it around. Now you want to squeeze those toes and shake them out.